My name is Daniel. Let's take a look at what we will be expecting on the stock market for today. So note that this video is brought to you by Invest Social, a community where a lot of traders comes in, both beginners and experienced traders, analysts, developers come to share an idea, come to share a setup. It also has a forum for crypto, forex, stocks, commodities, and indices. So you can join by visiting the site, which is investsocial.com. So you will get to learn a lot. Now let's take a look at what we'll be expecting for the market for the day. So I want you all to know that for this date, right, for the 20th, we'll be expecting. Have it in mind that there is an ongoing US and Iran conflict. So this is going to have a very huge effect on the oil market. So basically, any stocks you want to be trading that you would want to be anticipating for the bullish move is oil stocks. So stocks that deals with oil, petrol, gas, everything. You would want to deal with them. You want to be anticipating for the movement because once we are having this conflicts in the Middle East, it is going to have a very huge effect on the oil market. Yes, it will have a very huge effect on the oil market. So basically, companies dealing with this, it will also going to have very huge effect on them. So also know that there is going to be a major news this coming week. Yes, we are going to be expecting major news on Alphabet stocks. We are also going to be expecting on IBM. We are also going to be expecting on Tesla. So basically, this is an any week for majority of our stocks, right? So we will also be on the any week. We'll also be expecting on Intel, which is the any week for this week. So we'll also be expecting for General Motors and also American Express. So have this in mind that these are major news for the week. But for this Monday, there is no literally major news that we will be looking at. So all you just need to do is just stay updated. We'll be covering more of this. So now let's dive into the chart and let's see what markets will be playing out on our charts. Here on this our charts, let's start with our S&P 500. So we can clearly see that this year is on a downtrend move, although the overall trend on our S&P 500 is an uptrend move. Well, basically, we would want to make use of the current trend. Since we would want to predict what market to be there for the day, we would make use of the current trend. Let's zoom it in right here. We have been having a multiple rejection at this zone. There was a time that market literally pushed up. It got to this level of 7,592, right? It got to that level. We had a huge rejection that made it to drop. Market dropped. Market eventually rallied back up to tap this level. We had a rejection that made it to drop, which eventually market did drop. Market eventually came back again to tap the same level, right? It got to a level of 7,592. The market eventually rejected and it dropped. So basically, market is currently giving us a bearish move, even though the overall trend is an uptrend move. Right now, market is currently trending to the downside. So now let's drop down to the forward time frame. We would have to now follow the trend. Now, this is where the rules of trading comes in, whereby you need to know what the trend is, then you have to trade with the trend. This is our S&P 500. This is our first low, and this is our lower high. This is also the new lower low. You can see that this is a very massive low that market did give us, right? And here comes the lower high, which is our pullback phase. Now, market has now dropped to form an equal low right here. So this is an equal low. We will be expecting market to actually drop further to form a new low, thereby taking out this previous low. So this is to tell you that a bearish move is what we should be expecting on our Tesla stock. So on our US 500, which is also our S&P 500. So for this day, we should be expecting to drop to level of 7,446. This would be my target for the day, 7,446. Currently, market is trading at 7,463. That is where market is currently trading at. Let's see it drop to a level of 7,446. Now, let's take a look at our NASDAQ 100. So, same thing movement, similar movement with S&P 500. So, this is our current movement, which is on our forward time frame. you can clearly see that this current movement is on a downtrend move. Now, like we always say, know your trend, then trade with the trend. You need to know what your trend is, and this is very clear that market is on a downtrend move. So this is our low, and this is our lower high. This is also the lower low. You can see that this is our massive low, and here comes the lower high. So now market has given us this lower high, and it has tapped our 10-period simple moving average. So we are going to take this as a confluence for market to eventually reject and drop. So we will be expecting market to drop further till it is able to take out this low. Now, this Nasdaq 100, let us say it drop to a level of 28318. That should be our target right now. So we should be able to hit the target between Monday and Tuesday. Between Monday and Tuesday, market should be able to hit our target, right, of 28318. Or possibly we can also target 28300. It depends on what kind of level you want to take your profit. It is absolutely fine, up to you. Let's take a look at our US 30. So this is the trend right here. We were once ranging within this zone. We were once ranging within this zone. Then there was a time market literally came, broke below it a little bit, and then dropped and pushed up, right? It did not tap this resistance before market eventually dropped. Now, there is a pullback currently playing right here. US 30 is currently playing a pullback. Once this pullback plays out finish, I believe market should eventually drop again. So I think this will be a little bit difficult for us to, predict on our US 30. But this US 30 is still indicating that markets will be dropping more. So the best thing we would want to do is still anticipate for the movement downward. Now let's take a look at our Nvidia stock. Starting with our trend also, this is our 1 hour time frame. This is our lower low, and this is the lower high that market did give us. This is also the new lower low. Here comes the lower high. So with this lower high that market has given us, market has now dropped right here. So we will be expecting this drop to continue till it is able to completely take out this low, thereby giving us a new lower low. So all we can say is that a bearish move is what we should be expecting on our Nvidia stock. So we should be anticipating for that movement to the downside on our Nvidia stock. Right? Let's drop that to our 1 hour time frame. This is our 1 hour time frame. Nvidia is currently trading at 202. That is the level market is currently trading at. So we should expect it to drop to a level of 200 and 199. So which is 199 to a level of 200 for the day. And lastly, our Tesla stock. So guys, have it in mind that there is going to be a major news this coming week on Tesla stock. So there's going to be a major news coming this week. So markets might react or might not, give us that good movement, or might give us a funny movement. Whatever market does, I just want you to know that there will be a major news coming this week. Now let's zoom it in right here, guys. If this is seen as our low and here is the lower high, this is also seen as the new lower low, and here comes the lower high. This is also our new lower low. You can see that this is a new lower low that literally took out this previous low. Here comes the lower high right here. So this is our lower high that market has given. Now we will be expecting market to drop, which is currently dropping. Market is dropping, right? So we should expect the drop to continue downward. So we should expect that drop to a level of 376. Currently, market is trading at 380. That is where market is currently trading at 380. Let's expect it to drop to a level of 376. More update on this will be covered. So if you find this video helpful, you can actually join us on investsocial.com to actually get to learn more, to actually get to meet other traders, like-minded people, analysts, developers, both beginners, experienced traders. All you can just do is come to the forum and let's communicate. See you in the next video.